January. How are you all? We're all happy and healthy and well out there. It's nice to see you all again. However, I'm not organised this week. Me and my wee family went on a wee holiday last week. And you know what it's like, you get back from holiday and then you jump back into work and you've got a million things to catch up on. So I've not had much time to prepare this week. Like, I mean really not much time to prepare. To the point where I put a message out on the old Insta yesterday to say, would anyone like me to do anything? Because I don't have any time to plan anything. Unfortunately, which is not great. I know it's very unprofessional of me and I apologise. But I've just not had time. So here we are on a Friday evening. Literally the Friday before the video goes up. There's Edinburgh Castle behind me. It's a beautiful, lovely evening. Look at that, isn't that looking great? We're still got late sunsets about 4 o'clock-ish, roughly. You can see there's still a little bit of light in the sky, but truthfully we're dark. We're dark now at 5:15. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the bus. And then we're going to jump in my car, and then we're just going to do a nice wee maybe coastal drive in the evening. I hope that's okay. Join me for a little drive. This was a suggestion. People said you haven't done a drive for a while, and they liked it when it was a drive. A lot of the ideas people came up with, I have to say, thank you all for sending them on Instagram. They were great. But for getting out of work, a lot of them were shut. Some of the places people wanted me to show them, or again some of it would have been planning of a bit of research and things like that. It's just one of these things that it just didn't quite work out. Anyway, there's my bus. I'm going to run to the bus. I'm going to miss it. I can see it's the bus stop now, and then we'll jump in the car. I'll see you in the car. Okay. We're in the car. Just so you know, what's the date today? The 20th that I'm filming this. It's January the 20th 2023. It's about 5:30 in the evening. It is dark. It is 1 degrees Celsius right now here in Edinburgh. It's been getting lower than that the last few days. Today seems to be a little bit warmer. I'm letting the car heat up a little bit because the window's covered in ice and I don't have a scraper or anything right now, so the car will just have to heat it up for a second. So what I think we'll do is I'll drive back into town a little bit and we'll pick up, say, at Easter Road. We'll drive down the iconic Easter Road, so you can see a little bit of that. Obviously it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be it's the evening. I've never done a nighttime drive before, so that's a little bit different. We'll go down Easter Road, which will take us down to just after Leith. That will take us round Leith Links Park, which will take us down to the coast. We'll drive along the coast, through Seafield, through Portobello, and out to Musselburgh. Warning, I can tell that the window is going to be a bit streaky because it's been wiping ice off it, so I apologise if that ruins your view a little bit. I hope you'll allow me that. So yeah, so the traffic was okay coming into town today. I'm kind of hoping they'll be the same now for this evening. Obviously I will talk my normal rubbish as we drive along. I hope that's okay as well. Are we all good? Are we all set? Let's go for a nighttime drive. Okay, here we are on the start of Easter Road, just off Regent Road, and straight away we're hitting traffic, so no surprise there. It's quite a busy part of town right here, London Road being sort of the A1 as we start to head out of Edinburgh. Just in case those, sorry, I'm sorting the camera as we are sort of, there we go, hopefully that's a better angle for you all. Yeah, the A1, for those of you that don't know, is the main road from Edinburgh to London. It's one road all the way, Edinburgh straight down to London, the A1. So London Road is the start of that. London Road is the start of the A1 that takes you right into central London. Funny that. So this is us on Easter Road, heading down. It doesn't look like it's going to be too busy. Looks like we got a nice little drive for this tonight. It's actually a very nice night to go for a drive. Sky's clear. We'll probably get stopped at a lot of traffic lights. Easter Road's a busy part of town. Obviously Easter Road, we've got Easter Road Stadium, where Hibernian Football Club, or Hibs, play. So this can be a very, very busy part of town, especially if Hibs are playing at home. I used to live round about this area. Not a bad area to live. I used to live at the other side as well. I used to live at Dalry, where Hearts of Midlothian play as well, or the Jam Tarts. So I've lived at both those areas. If we turn right, which we're not going to do right now, but if I turn right just there, that would take me directly to Easter Road Stadium. But we are not. We're going to continue down Easter Road. And like I said, this should take us to, what do you call it? Leith Links Park. I don't have much history on Easter Road, to be completely honest with you, but it's, see, in my head it's always just the football. That's what I really, really, really associate this part of town with. Obviously it's much more than that, but for some reason that's all that really sticks out in my head. So anyway, as we let's just talk a little bit about the year ahead. We're hitting 2023. Hopefully a nice big year for the channel, a nice big year for hopefully Kirsten and myself, as well as we welcome baby number 2 to the family. Right now we don't know what that baby is. We will find out in about 3 weeks from now if we're having a little boy or if we're having a little girl. It's a bit too early to tell yet, but we'll get a scan in a couple of weeks. So Clan Broonford is growing. Speaking of Clan Broonford growing, we are less than 500 away from 15,000 subscribers. It would be incredible if we could hit 15,000. If you haven't subscribed, why haven't you? Why are you watching if you haven't subscribed? So, this is us at the bottom of Easter Road. Once we're past this set of traffic lights, we're going to go, it's kind of straight over. It's got a dog leg to the right a little bit, but we're going to head right beside Leith Links. Now, I have done a video on Leith Links. It used to be a lot bigger, and I mean like a lot bigger. Leith Links essentially used to go all the way to the coast, and it used to go all the way, there's an old school on the left hand side, but essentially it used to go all the way, almost all the way along Leith, really, from where it is a long way to the left hand side. Used to have a golf course on it, where apparently, as many Scottish things do, Mary Queen of Scots played golf, but you know, in the short period that Mary Queen of Scots was here, she apparently got all over the place and did a lot of things. And very famously as well, this is Leith Links on the left hand side. It's a park in the dark, so you won't see much. There are plague victims buried underneath there, a big mound of plague victims. One of the 3 spots in Edinburgh where many plague victims were unfortunately buried in mass graves. On the right hand side of us, there's lots of hotels and bed and breakfasts and things like that. So not an awful area to stay by any means. The hotels on the right hand side look like converted townhouses, so I'm sure will all be very, very nice. And you're a 10-minute walk from the bottom of Leith. You can get a bus from there straight into the centre of town. In the very, very near future, by at some point this year as well, you'll be able to get a tram from there straight into the centre of town. Lots of little nice places to stay, which I'm sure a lot of you wouldn't really have thought about staying down here, but there are quite a few hotels down here. Just so you know, we're on East Hermitage Place right now. That's where I'm kind of stopped, because I know a lot of you like to follow on a map as I do these drives. I don't think I've drove around this area before. I've definitely drove along the coast before, or the coastal sort of road during the day. Never night time. I don't think I've drove along here before. A lot of you comment as well that it throws you off me driving on the left hand side, but that's the side we drive on here, people. Now, this is essentially as close as you can get to driving along the coast now. The coast is on our left-hand side. Gonna be honest, not the most glamorous part of town right now. On my left-hand side in a second or so is the sewage works. So, you know, I'm showing you all the best areas of Edinburgh, but everywhere has it, you know, everybody poops. I remember on the right, I'm sure on the right hand side, the road on the right hand side, which I am driving past now, just had these traffic lights, which is called Seafield Street. I'm sure when I was a kid there used to be a hospital up there. I've got a vague memory of going to visit my granddad in a hospital there, I think. Okay, left hand side here, there is a little road. See those red and white stripes? I think you might have seen. Little path there that'll take you all the way along the coast there. You can go down there and walk all the way along from there to the far end of Portobello, right all the way along the coast by the sea on the promenade, essentially, for probably about 2 miles, 2 to 2.5 miles, maybe slightly more. This area is always, as long as I can remember, been a car sales area. That's all there is on either side of us right now. Different companies selling or renting cars. Okay, Portobello, or Portobello. Used to be, I remember my dad saying a poem when I was a kid. Up your back and down your belly, that's the way to Portobello. Portobello's a lovely area. Again, I've been about the place. Me and Kirsten actually lived here 10, 12 years ago for a few years, for 2.5 years maybe. Really liked it here. It was one of those places where we didn't take advantage of it. You know how if you live in an area you never actually take advantage of all the things in the area, because it's a 2-minute walk on my left hand side to the beach. That's it. It's 2 minutes. Maybe 5 at a leisurely pace, and we hardly ever went down there. And now, ironically, we're always like, let's head down to Portobello and go maybe sit and have breakfast at a cafe at the beach. We don't do it we didn't do it then, but we want to do it now when we don't live here. But Portobello's a lovely little area. I'm a big fan. I think actually what we might do in the course of the next little while is there's lots of nice old pictures of Portobello, and I think anyone who's been watching the channel for a while knows I do like my old pictures, and I do like comparing the old pictures, so I think we might have to do a then and now of some of Portobello, because I'd be surprised if it's changed a lot. There's still a lot. I can see a few buildings at a glance that I would think are probably newer buildings. I actually was right. The traffic is very easy tonight. Sometimes you can find yourself at this time of day just sitting. It's been a while since I've drove this way at this time of day, but you can find yourself just sitting in traffic here a lot of the time. But obviously not today. We have been moving, excuse me, yawning. We've been moving very well. On the left hand side coming up actually is a matter of interest, matter of Broonford interest to you all, is where I have had most of my tattoos done. So I've got a couple. Place on the left hand side called Dragon Heart Tattoo. I'm a big fan of them in there. It's been a long time, and I need to get, no, what I've not done, I've not got Lillian added to my sleeve. I need to get her added there somehow, but maybe I'll wait till number 2 comes along and we'll see if we can do something for the two of them. Now, here's another Broonford fact for you. Not this set of traffic lights, but the next set of traffic lights, the junction on the right hand side of it, that very junction was where I failed my first driving test. I passed on my second time, as all the best drivers do. The driving test centre used to be up the right hand side somewhere in there. It was essentially a shed. I don't know how many people will remember if you've watched. It was up there, that corner on the right hand side right now is where I failed my first driving test. Literally 3-4 minutes into my driving test, and then obviously you don't know you failed. Now this is coming to the end. This is heading into Joppa now. Joppa, the area in between Portobello and Musselburgh, really. So again, nice area. There's nothing between us, the house is on our right hand side, and the sea. So all these houses on the right hand side here have got a beautiful view looking out over the Firth of Forth out to Fife. So they're all lovely little spots. There's a few, it's funny, you look at these houses here and there are certain houses that you go, you were actually built to be like a bed and breakfast or a hotel or a thing, and very few of them are. Musselburgh's got a lovely little harbour as well. If you ever get out to that sort of way, obviously do try to explore and get out of the city centre. Portobello's a lovely place to go down to the beach. There's some lovely little cafes, great pizza place. Head out to Musselburgh where we're almost at now. Go to Luca's, get an ice cream, or go to Derolo's. They're both lovely ice creams, different, but very nice. My personal preference is Luca's, but I do like a Derolo's as well. Obviously the Brunton Theatre, which is out this way as well, has hosted some incredible people. Some incredible big names have played this really small, intimate little theatre. Just the left-hand side of me there, just the left-hand side of that petrol station there, is the harbour. It's a beautiful little harbour. Oh, is that place an old folks? There was a buffet place there on the left-hand side. Looks like it's shut now. And here we are, heading Musselburgh. We'll go down to Brunton and then I'll pull in. And I hope that's been an okay little evening drive for you all through Edinburgh's coastline. I promise I'll be more organised next week. But yeah, definitely come out to these areas. I know I'm very much to blame for really only showing you the centre of town. But these areas are lovely. These areas are absolutely lovely. You can get a lot of local history. Get a feel for outside of Edinburgh as well. But also I hope that shows you how actually very small Edinburgh is compared to other cities. You know, we went from virtually the centre of Edinburgh down to the coast and out, and I've been driving for 30 minutes maybe, so not that long. And you can see the traffic wasn't too bad either. This is the Brunton Theatre right in front of us. Remember as a kid, that big, see that, can you make out the big gold plaque thing there? I remember that very vividly as a kid. Didn't know what it was then, still don't know what it is now. So there we have it. There we have it. My camera's a bit squint and a bit angled, funny. I hope that was okay. Camera fell. I can't get to sit right, so that'll do. I'll sit at an angle. I hope that was okay. Again, I apologise, it was a bit disorganised this week. You know what it's like when you get back from holiday and then dive back into work. The time just goes as you catch up. It doesn't seem to matter how little or long you're away from work. You always end up with a lot of stuff left. But I look forward to another year of Clan Broonford with you all. I hope you will join me for the journey. Please remember, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Please always leave me suggestions for videos, what you would like me to do, what you would like me to show you. It is your channel. That was very presentery for me, wasn't it? It's your channel. Please let me know what you want to see. I'm trying to duck down. The camera's at a really funny angle. But till next time, bye humans.